What are some of the home projects that improve everyday life? I'm Debbie Indihar Giordano. I'll answer that question in this weekly video, plus up-to-date interest rates and the real estate market in the local area right around Milpitas. So this is an article that is the Ask Angie question in the real estate plus section of the San Jose Mercury News yesterday. For example, if you spend several minutes pre-rinsing your dishes every night, it may be time to invest in a new dishwasher. The modern dishwashers are both efficient and effective, so there's no reason to pre-rinse your dishes before throwing them in the dishwasher. So that's tip number one. If you spend a lot of time managing your lawn, swapping from grass to a low maintenance ground cover will be a good choice. A lot of people are now using the artificial turf. It looks nice, it presents very well, and it's a good extra addition to a home, particularly when you're selling your property, if you're considering new sod versus artificial turf. And another smart home feature is to get a robotic vacuum cleaner and a floor mop. Keeps your home comfortable. And also a new thermostat that will keep it at a great temperature. So you can swap out old carpeting for hardwood flooring, and the new LVP laminate, which is waterproof, is a great new flooring to have that's very easy care and will cut down the time that you spend on maintenance there. And the last but not least, similarly, you can upgrade from a higher maintenance countertop material like a butcher block or a concrete to a fuss-free low maintenance like material is quartz. So if you're thinking of adding new countertops, quartz is probably the greatest selection to make. And again, that really adds well to property value. New buyers really look at what kind of maintenance they have for a home, and they factor that in both in terms of time and cost. Okay, let's talk about staging again. I know I've talked about that in the past. I do have, in my opinion, one of the best stagers in the business. And if you go onto my Debbie Giordano website, I have a marketing team there and team video, and you'll see my stager in action and how she stages. So it's a time-consuming nuisance that potential buyers often have to deal with when they're searching for a place to call home. They scroll through real estate apps, quickly swiping past empty and cluttered rooms, and they look for those great staged properties, and they zone in on that and then click in. So we're in a high-tech market, as we know, and the swipe pass happens in less than 3 seconds. Great photos, great staging is a great way to present your property very quickly. Buyers just don't buy a house based on location alone or price. They base a home on how they feel, and staging adds that element of feeling to the home. It's not about just making things look pretty. It's also about visualizing. The buyers can look at the staging and see how they can visualize their furniture being set up into a property. I like to stage, I've done that now since the pandemic, a home office. I take one of the bedrooms and stage it that way, so it gives the visualization of a lot of buyers are still working from home and giving that thing. And then buyers love open space and flow, and that's certainly what staging does. So let's look at interest rates and where they're at today. 30-year fixed conforming is 6.375. 15-year fixed conforming is at 5.875. 30-year fixed jumbo is 6.5, and 15-year fixed jumbo is at 6.25%. So we're hoping as things settle down with what's going on in the global economy, we might see interest rates tick back down a little bit, which will be very helpful. However, that has not stopped buyers from coming into open houses. So I had 1550 Clear Lake Avenue in Milpitas, my townhome, had that open this past weekend on Saturday and Sunday. I had about 35 buyers come through that property. Now I did reduce the price by $50,000. We made a price change on Thursday before the open house from $799,000 to $749,000. We needed to make that adjustment for some of the updating that home needed, and it certainly brought in a lot of activity. So we got an offer last night. We're doing a counter offer today. I've talked to the sellers, and we'll see if we can create a win-win situation for that property. If not, it will be held open again this Saturday from 2 to 4. So mark your calendars for that. 3372 Mildred Lane in Lafayette. price point at 1,295. The 3-bedroom, 2-bath, that was held open Sunday, yesterday, and there were about 20 families that came through that property. So again, a lot of potential interest for that. So I want to let you know that I did sell 247 Delia Street in San Jose. We went into contract last week. I had dropped $100,000 on that property. We were originally at 1,398,888. It's a 4-bedroom, 2-bath in the base of the Alum Rock foothills. So I dropped it to 1,298,888. We got multiple offers, and we're in contract for just a little bit below the 1,298 number. So everybody's happy there. And then 319 to 321 Lynn Avenue, the duplex, that should close in a couple weeks, and that'll close at $1,575,000. And we've got 453 Taylor Drive in Milpitas coming up. That's in the Sunny Hills area. That's coming soon. That will be $1,650,000. Seller's going to be moving out hopefully next week, and we're going to do popcorn off the ceiling, recessed lighting, all new paint inside, new laminate flooring, new carpeting, and some recessed lighting. So that should look really, really good. On the books, 1464 Edsel Drive in Milpitas for 1.5, and 390 Monmouth Drive in Milpitas for 1.6. So lots of activity coming up. Give me a call if you want me to come out and see your home, and we'll get a game plan together. My number is 408-945-8988, or GiordanoDJ@AOL.com, or better yet, again, go to my website, debbiegiordano.com. There's a Connect tab me, and that will get to me instantaneously. So look forward to meeting with you and getting things together for the balance of the 2026 year. Take care, and we'll see you next week. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.